I'm 11 years old. I'm secretly sneaking to the restroom with a sandwich my mom prepared for me. Hiding in the school's restroom, eating my lunch, feeling like an outsider, yearning to be accepted. Belonging is most relevant these days because of being one of the top needs in the world after the pandemic hit us. Take a moment to observe the people around you. What do you truly know about them? Do they feel a sense of belonging? Belonging is not merely a desire. It is a fundamental human need. It lies at the core of our existence, intertwined with our survival. Despite of our differences in nationality, language, and culture, the desire to belong is a universal thread that binds us all. I was born to a Jewish family in Dagestan, Russia. Growing up, I felt a lack of belonging within the non-Jewish community. When I was 10, we moved to Israel. My parents left their secure jobs in Russia as an engineer and a pharmacist to take menial jobs in Israel to provide us with a sense of acceptance and belonging. The reality was that my siblings and I faced bullying due to our language and Russian background. My sister and I faced daily teasing from the older kids, being humiliated, pushed through the bus doors, being called names such as ugly and different. I didn't know where to hide. The restroom became my hiding place, both from them and from myself. Embarrassed that anyone might see me carrying my lunch and subject me to even more ridicule. The fear of being alone was daunting, but the fear of exclusion was even more paralyzing. When we feel excluded, it becomes easy to turn something that can heal us into a self-destructive tool, a false solution to our problems. Unable to cope with the overwhelming stress, I resorted to self-harm. Sneaking medications from the cabinet when no one was looking. I hoped that a trip to the hospital would finally make others notice my existence. At this point, I didn't feel like I belonged, even to my own family. A turning point for me was my mother's unwavering concern. She took me for a walk, looked deeply into my eyes, and told me the 3 sacred words that can turn any self-harm to self-love. I see you. I see you. I see you. A message I desperately needed to hear. At that moment, I had a taste of what belonging could feel like. My battle for belonging nearly cost me my life. It was a fight for my very existence and identity. And even though my parents were overworked and in survival mode most of the time, my dad always found the time to be involved in our development as kids, running, playing, and studying with us, even if it was in his unique way. I was surrounded by a loving family and still felt unsupported and excluded in the countries we lived in. All of them. People share this feeling around the globe, even though they were born and grew up in the same place without moving to a different country like we did. After spending most of my life in Israel, my husband, our 2 daughters, 3 and 6 years old, and I moved to San Diego, USA. Still feeling like a foreigner in the nation of immigrants, I dived deeper into the subject of belonging. Well, it is easy when you have a foreign accent in all the 3 languages that you speak. What I found was that even though each and one of us pursue a lack of belonging differently, we all share the same solution to the feeling like we belong. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, once we find our sense of belonging, we can even grow our self-confidence and self-realization. Today, I stand here with a profound sense of confidence and acceptance, feeling a sense of belonging and offering a different perspective. First, to truly feel a sense of acceptance, we must establish a deep connection within ourselves. Through meditation and breathing techniques, I discovered a profound connection within myself that alleviated my sense of loneliness. The second thing we can do is nurture the self-connection through a support system. Joining groups of like-minded people, people in growth with no judgment that can help you see what's on the other side of loneliness and hope for a positive future. I found my communities just by stepping into healthy activities, such as karate, yoga, volleyball, also public speaking, and meditation groups. The third thing is shifting our focus from loneliness to helping others. Acts of kindness to every human being, no matter what nationality, language, or culture they share, or even do not share, will open a new world where all embrace each other. Once you connect to your inner power and the support system, you can start giving hope to many others because you feel like you belong and you want others to feel the same. We will never feel lonely when we give from our heart, because love and fear cannot coexist within us at the same time. And when we help others from this higher cause, we create a stronger network of belonging for them and for ourselves. I was leading many projects within the Jewish community since I came to San Diego. One of them is to support Holocaust survivors, showing them that they are not alone. Through this work, I discovered an enduring sense of gratitude. By showing them that they belong, I feel a sense of belonging to a higher purpose. Researchers have found that the yearning for belonging has grown even stronger during and after the pandemic lockdown. Up to 75% of people still experience lack of belonging and act more from a survival mode. What if people will realize that no amount of toilet paper can substitute a human connection? Pause for a moment and truly see the people around you. What do you truly know about them? If 75% of people, which is 3 out of 4, still feel this lack of belonging, it is most likely that those around you experience similar sentiments. Can you guess one of the powerful communities exists today and create this connection to all of us? TED is doing it in a way that we all feel like we belong, no matter what nationality, language, and culture we share. What can you and I do today to increase a sense of belonging in the world? I recall a conversation with my driving teacher back in Israel when I was 18. He said, "Look at the car in front of you. Look to the right, to the left, behind you. If each and one of us will take care of ourselves and the 4 cars around us, we will create a much more synchronized and peaceful world." Now, I ask you, look in front of you, to the right, to the left, behind you. Look deeply into the eyes of the people around you, remembering that they can be those 3 out of 4. What can you do kindly help them see their own sense of belonging? When my mom told me those 3 words, it meant everything to me. It brought me back to life. I truly believe that once we fulfill our self-connection, a support system, and acts of service, we can then truly see ourselves. We can then see others. And we can help others see themselves, maybe for the first time. Thank you.